Final whistle is blown. Germany fans in celebration, Brazilian fans in absolute tears, and the whole world in absolute shock. That is the match of Brazil versus Germany, the semi-final of the 2014 World Cup in Brazil. A match that we all thought was all hype, a match that we all thought would be a cracker, a match of the competition. But what we saw was anticlimactic when we saw one of the biggest humiliation rituals in football history, when Germany came to Brazil's home ground and sent over 200 million people to the shadow realm. This is Brazil versus Germany, World Cup semi-final 2014. So it's the 2014 World Cup. It's all hype. It's all cool, man. You know, it was 2014. It was in Brazil. This was one of the greatest countries in football history, and they were hosting the World Cup for the first time in a long time. And the most hyped team was the host nation, Brazil, with their main player being Neymar, after him tearing it up in Barcelona, tearing it up in Santos, and everyone was waiting for the same result in this tournament. Because prior to this, Brazil won the Confederations Cup, beating the top dogs of international football, Spain 3-0 in the final. And let's just be honest, man, like, Brazil was the coolest country, okay? I wasn't the only one supporting Brazil at this point. And in 2014, if you are from the age of 9 to let's say 14 years old, if you weren't supporting your country, you were supporting Brazil. Let's just be honest, come on. And their squad was stacked. You had Neymar, obviously, who was the dog of this whole Brazilian team. You had Thiago Silva, you had Dante, you had David Luiz, you had more and more like Julio Cesar, you had Dani Alves. I can go on, I can just look, Oscar, you know what I mean? Like, these guys had so many good players. And when the World Cup started, it was smooth sailing for them. They faced Croatia, they faced Cameroon, and also faced Mexico. And it was an okay group stage for them. They beat Croatia in the opening game 3-1, draw with Mexico 0-0, and then beating Cameroon 4-1. And I'm not gonna lie, when you watch this group stage, you could already see cracks that Brazil wasn't it. Like, they were trash without Neymar. Literally, they were trash without Neymar. So when the knockout stage happened, they faced Chile, and it was actually a very tight game for Brazil. They went on penalties after David Luiz scored and Alexis Sanchez, one of my favorite players of all time, equalizes. And after a tight extra time, Brazil would beat Chile on penalties. And then it was quarterfinals for them, and they would face Colombia, where one of the best players, James Rodriguez, and Brazil would play this game actually well. This, in my opinion, is their best performance, where Thiago Silva, one of the GOATs, and David Luiz would score. That David Luiz free kick, by the way, is one of the most beautiful free kicks I've ever seen. But Colombia would get one back when James Rodriguez would score a penalty. And I'm not gonna lie, here's one of the best performances in a World Cup tournament ever. But that's not the highlight of this match, because the highlight is when their demon, the demon himself, what's his name? Zuniga.
Look, some people need to be gone, bro. You know what I'm talking about, in order for shit to get better. And he one of them.
Bro, he was dead, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he'll go do it himself on feet by himself. He was dead.
Something's wrong with him. That's not human, man. You're not regular, man.
Zuniga would injure Neymar, and this would change everything. How did he even injure the dude? Like, why would you jump on the dude like that? So Neymar will get injured, and then nothing was the same. And let's talk about the other team, which is Germany. And Germany came into this tournament already strong. If you watch the 2010 World Cup, you could tell that Germany, even though they didn't win, even though they were near the winning point, they were very strong, and you could only beat them by a chance, a small chance. And this is how they came into this tournament. Very confident, with players like Götze, with players like Müller, with players like, I can say with players all day, Neuer, Boateng, Kroos, Schweinsteiger, and the GOAT himself, Philipp Lahm, and many other good players. Germany was stacked. They were really stacked. And so they would start their group in Group G, where they would face United States, Portugal, and Ghana. And it was smooth sailing for them, because they would destroy Portugal 4-0 with Pepe crashing out that game. Like, that's the highlight of the game. But Germany destroys Portugal in the first game. And they would go on to face Ghana in the second game. And spoiler alert, this would probably be Germany's toughest opponent. Because Ghana and Germany would draw 2-2 with goals from Mario Götze, Miroslav Klose, and Andre Ayew and Asamoah Gyan. And then they'll face USA and they'll beat them 1-0. And again, Thomas Müller will score. Bro, someone needs to stop Müller in a World Cup. I swear down. And that was Germany's group stage. So in the round of 16, they would face Algeria and they will beat them 2-1 with goals from Andre Schürrle and the GOAT himself, Mesut Ozil. And a goal from Jabou. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, dog. And that's how Germany would reach the quarterfinals, where they would face France. But Germany would convincingly win this game 1-0. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see France beating Germany, despite chances from Karim Benzema. And Benzema and Valbuena in the same team. That's crazy. But anyway, Germany would go through with a goal from Mats Hummels himself. And we got our draw for the World Cup semi-final. Germany against Brazil. So it's hype. It's Germany against Brazil. Probably the two best teams of this whole tournament facing each other. You'd think this is a match that deserves a final. But then they will meet in the semi-final instead. And everyone thought that it's going to be a tight game, a 2-2, a 3-2, a penalties type of game. Because these teams are evenly matched. They all have good attacks and decent defenses as well. So this is the part of the video that you've been waiting for. And let's get into it. So the game begins. And 11 minutes in, this is how it starts. Thomas Müller would score the first goal in 11 minutes. And everyone thought like, oh, okay. Germany scored early. Maybe Brazil is going to equalize. Maybe they will score 2. And that's all.
There's no way out of this one. You're done.
And over 10 minutes left, Germany would score again with a goal from Miroslav Klose in the 23rd minute. And at this point, a 10-year-old me watching this game, I was kind of panicking. I thought like, you know what? I thought it's going to be 1-1 or something. And bro, 1 minute later again, Toni Kroos, one of my favorite players, score 3-0 in 24 minutes, bro. 3. And okay, at this point, everyone is panicking. The Brazilian stadium is shook and silent, dog. And 2 minutes later, 26th minute, Toni Kroos would score again with some criminal defending. Bro, Brazil is ass, man. 4-0 in 26 minutes, man. And you know what? At this point, Brazil, fight back. Fight back, Nick. Fight back, man. 29th minute. Semi Khedira, out of all people, bro. Semi Khedira would score 5-0 before halftime. 5-0 before the 30th minute. 5. And this is true story. When Khedira scored this game, I went to sleep. I couldn't believe this. My father is laughing at me. And I'm like, and look, I'm not even Brazilian. So I don't even want to imagine how a Brazilian felt. Because this happened before halftime, man. Second half, the German coach could just say, you know what, let's give mercy to these guys. But no, because on the 69th minute, Andre Schürrle would score and it was 6-0. 6. Okay, please. Okay, have mercy, man. Have mercy.
No, nigga!
And 10 minutes later, 79th minute, again, Andre Schürrle would score. A very good goal, by the way. And it was 7-0. 7-0. Okay, look, 7-0. It was 7-0. Oh my days, bro. I didn't know it was that bad. 7. Wow. So after this, it was Silent Hill. It was Silent Hill in that stadium. It was Silent Hill. It was quiet. It was quiet like Gingertown, the way Cell did those people. That's how quiet it was in that stadium. And in the 90th minute, Oscar would score and it was 7-1. Yay, 7-1. You know, at least they got a 1. That will help their goal difference or something, bro. So it was 7-1, and I have never seen a team downgrade their aura like this. just in one game. You know how teams could lose their order over a course of games? This happened in one game. Just one match. One match. And then everything was destroyed. You know what? I blame Zuniga, bruh. I blame Zuniga. If Zuniga didn't injure Neymar, this would have been different. But after this, Germany would win the World Cup. But this match will remain in infamy. This match will be more infamous than the final itself, just because of how it turned out to be. Players like David Luiz, their aura would be gone. Players like Dante, so many players, their aura was destroyed because of this match. And nothing was the same after this. Brazil wasn't the same. Germany, they became world champions. And that is the game, and that is the story of Germany versus Brazil. The semi-final that became a humiliation ritual. Thanks for watching.